Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Front Porch, your friendly neighborhood podcast. For those of you who do not know me or remember me, my name is Austin, and I am an editor here at 730 Eddy Studios, and I am very happy to be joined today by none other than Kevin,
Howdy,
who is our creative director.
Hey.
You might remember him, and Andy, CEO. Probably remember him from the first podcast.
Oh,
Today, we've got a very interesting topic. But before we get into that, I wanted to do our new segment of what we're currently watching. So,
throw me a curveball.
throwing you guys a curveball right from the beginning.
You had
It's
notes.
out the window.
Okay.
It's out the window.
Oh, man.
So
Do you remember what Enneagram he is? That's going to really mess with him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So who wants to go first?
I'll have to consult my letterbox.
Right. I'll go first.
All right.
Currently watching Star Trek Discovery. Absolutely love it. Anything in the Star Trek universe is my jam. Discovery season 4, really good. Also, I've been watching the full run of Castle, like from the beginning again, because it's just a great show.
Peacemaker finale
Ooh.
last night,
How was it?
and I've been trying to get everyone here to watch it,
I'll trade you.
and y'all keep failing.
You know what I'll trade
know,
you for.
I know. I keep wanting to call it
Right.
the Patriot
Yeah,
too.
Patriot for Peacemaker.
So yeah, Peacemaker's been awesome. I totally check it out. James Gunn as executive producer, and he's directed some and written a lot of those, I think, too.
Yeah.
Totally awesome. Great stuff.
I've also been rewatching The Mandalorian 2 seasons with my kids. And so that's been kind of fun because they're just running around like Grogu and asking me all about Boba Fett.
The
and
good
things
stuff
like
that Dylan will never understand.
I also did Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems last week,
Ooh,
which were both awesome, like as a double feature
there you go.
with Adam Sandler, like his two best roles for sure.
I haven't seen the Uncut Gems yet.
It blew my mind.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
I just
Hair.
got the Criterion 4K and it looks amazing.
It's a great movie.
How
yeah.
do you still have a DVD player?
Because physical media
Is the thing.
is
Oh,
awesome.
We'll get to that on a different
4K.
episode for those
4K.
people.
You stream at 25 megabytes a second.
Right.
On a disc, it can be upwards of 150.
Right.
It looks
But
outstanding.
my 4K
And the audio.
HDR streamed in, preloaded, looks amazing.
Yeah, mine does too.
Well, for those of you who are wondering,
Sorry.
I'm still watching Full House
All right.
with my wife, but also Love is Blind season 2.
Solid choices.
I have no words for it except it's completely staged, and
What?
yeah, it's very interesting, entertaining, very interesting though.
Have you done the 90-day fiance though?
I went hard one weekend into that.
Yeah.
And then I never went back.
No.
But like, oh my God.
Yeah, right. That's
they
a
they
whole
take
other
they take
level.
what's like 3 hours worth of content and
Right.
stretch it out to like 12 hours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they just keep repeating
Oh, yeah.
stuff. But I don't know. It's just engaging enough.
Right.
And it's just weird enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trash TV.
Right.
It's sometimes needed.
It
We
totally needed.
love media, and we could talk about that for
All
a
day.
long time. But there's a few other things we need to hit on this podcast today. The first of them being, you might notice something's a little bit off about this set.
What?
We are currently sitting in the construction zone, under construction, the 730 Eddy Studio podcast.
It's a safe construction site.
It is.
All the hard work is over. It's just some drywall and
Just
some
needs
doors.
the cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
The pretty stuff. But
Oh.
we're going to be recording, as of right now, I believe, every podcast from this area. So you will be able to see things change as
Yeah.
they get developed. We're really excited about that. But today, I have the honor of doing the food podcast.
Yes. The whole reason we started the podcast.
The whole reason we started the company.
Right.
Which ironically, I'm the wrong person for
Really,
this
you
podcast.
totally
but
are.
We'll get to
you're,
that.
You're
Yeah.
going to get scolded.
Right.
We'll get to that in a second. So I just wanted to ask both of you guys, do you remember your first trip for the company, your first travel trip
Oh,
outside of the greater Grand Rapids area?
for 730 Eddy.
Mm-hmm. Like, what was the first trip, Kevin, you took with Andy, or what was your first?
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, I know mine is.
Yep.
Go ahead, you first.
Minneapolis.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That was
Fluid.
like a week. Yeah. Week after I was
Yep.
hired full time. We did Fluid
Yep.
in Minneapolis. And so food there was that bar.
that German bar.
That German bar, like one of the older
Right.
bars in Minneapolis, and they had their own beer
and pretzels.
and pretzels.
So good.
And both were very good. Yeah,
Totally.
that was really good.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
fact
I think we
remember
anything
this.
else there.
Yeah.
That was.
Well, we were in and out. Like we
Yeah.
were there a day, overnight, shoot. And then I think we were
think it was
home.
2 or 3 days.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because we shot the installation
Yeah.
stuff and the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't
no,
remember. Did we go there twice?
I'm pretty sure.
we
we
went
usually do
there
that.
twice. If we find a good spot,
Yeah.
we just want to go again,
Yeah.
or we'll just go
Yeah.
again next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What
The
was
German bar and
yours?
the
I don't
pretzels.
remember my first. It was probably South Bend.
Yeah, it was probably
which
South
is
Bend.
probably isn't that interesting.
Well, that tapas place is good.
that was my first time having tapas.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
That was a good. That tapas place is pretty solid.
They're hitting all my points in the first point. What am I supposed to do for the rest of
I
the
got, I got lists on lists.
We can
Andy,
just go for
your
hours.
first-
Where's
your
your-
first trip?
Where's your first?
For 7:30 Eddy would have been, I think, Chicago. We did a shoot for Bissell rental. We did like a 4 or 5 day thing in Chicago, sort of in the suburbs where we took the deep cleaners and went to all these different houses. But food wise,
Probably went to like a McDonald's or something.
no McDonald's. We have a whole story about a McDonald's if we want to get to that.
Ron Don's Burger Shop.
McDonald's.
I don't remember food wise. Oh no, I do actually. We went to this really great, was it Mediterranean or Greek place right near like the north suburbs, like between Chicago and Evanston, and it was like buffets on buffets on buffets, and it was so good. They had the best like golden rice, whatever it was. I remember that. That's what stands out to me from that trip. That and working for a lot.
Those are good trips.
Yeah.
Memorable.
Food is very tied into our
culture?
travel.
It's like
I
our
remember-
values and then food.
I
Yeah.
remember the first trip I went on.
Yeah.
I believe it was Sante Fe.
Oh,
And so I don't count the airport food because
no,
I do remember that airport food in Albuquerque.
we went-
actually,
Yeah, Albuquerque was a cool airport though.
because you came back with this really good-looking pizza, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
had PF. No, I had some crappy Chinese.
Yes.
And I was really upset.
Well,
that
I
I came
remember-
back with a much better meal. 'cause
I
you just looked
remember-
further.
in Sante Fe, when we landed, we went. It was right by the campus
Yep.
of
in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Albuquerque, and it was like
'Cause my
a
parents had
Western.
My parents had told me
Yeah.
about it. Yeah,
And Sue Potter told us because her daughter
Yeah.
went to school right there at the New Mexico University or whatever,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and that Mexican place across the street.
I would have never
Solid.
thought like it was kind
Yeah.
of just out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a weird kind of thing, but it was
So good.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned the great debate of red and green
Chili's.
chilies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Fe has some of my favorite food.
Mm.
And that is, I think, the state motto essentially is red or green.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
They
for
separate
sure.
them.
I'm green.
I can go either way. Like I can see where you use them in different places.
I just like
But that stuff we had at the diner that late night after the long shoot, and then we went to sort of half dinner with Nicole, and then went to that diner late on. Like that red green chili,
Oh yeah.
that like Christmas tree omelet thing they made, that was awesome.
Yep. And I always tried, we went to that nickel and dime store or whatever
Yeah.
that Anthony Bourdain was at, and they make Frito pie
Yep.
is what it's called. And it's basically just a walking taco.
Yep.
But we never, they were always closed.
The back was closed.
Yeah.
But you did get a tiny cowboy hat.
I did get a little kind of tiny cowboy hat. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Worth it.
Yeah.
totally worth it.
So you
Wow.
two have definitely racked up the most sky miles out of anybody. Dane's
Yep.
probably a third, but top 5 places because we have a part coming up where we'll touch on all of them. But
Top 5. Well, I know like
They're all story based.
they're all super story based.
enlighten me, please.
Well, Mike's Taco Club for number 1.
What
This
is Mike's Taco?
Mike's Taco Club. What is it?
in
What
San
is
Diego? Tacos underneath the biker bar,
This is
Oh, yes.
This is the
it?
taco
Or-
in
story.
OB.
or Sausalito tacos.
See, yeah, there's two. Both of those I think are on
right.
the
Those
list.
are like top for sure.
Yep.
Taco places. The Sausalito Taco next to the Chevron downtown Sausalito. Awesome. We've literally flown there from here in the like 5 o'clock in the morning so we could be in Sausalito for lunch.
Get
Like
tacos.
for tacos.
really good.
Really good
tacos.
tacos.
What makes them so good?
It's just they're like the freshness of them, the way that they like, you can get like a shrimp taco, you can get all these different ones, and they're just really good. And the place is super cool too.
Sausalito's awesome.
Yeah, Sausalito's a cool place. It's just this chill, like I don't know. It's just the experience there is really good. Drinks are pretty good. And then like just being able to like have good tacos, walk around Sausalito, and then head back into the city, go across the bridge, and then or go up the mountains, the side of the bridge, and just hang out and shoot. Like it's more the experience around the tacos, maybe.
Yep.
Tacos are really good too. And then the one in OB, just underneath the
Octopus taco.
octopus tacos,
Yeah.
for sure.
I wouldn't test
Just gotta
those.
try new stuff.
You really should.
You gotta eat the regional food.
Right.
Hey, Shake Shack, Chick-fil-A, hit me up.
No. We pretty frequently when we are
Shame you for going to Shake Shack.
I've gone places with you guys. You guys have definitely pushed my
culinary.
yeah.
We just make you go.
We do.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The other taco place in San Diego too, by the airport. Or no, that's San Francisco, by the airport. The one that was like by a bunch of chop shops that we walked to.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing we did, I think.
Right, but it had
Yeah.
like the full like fish that you could
Oh yeah,
get, and it just looked really
That
good,
was
but super
nuts.
scary.
That was nuts.
right. It was like a whole fish just thrown on a plate, grilled, and then the guys like 50 people were eating it. But it was like this little tiny taco shop out on like approach to SFO, surrounded by chop shops, and it was really good.
Yeah,
I don't know how we ended up there, but we did.
yeah.
Seems to be the story.
Hodad's also right next to tacos.
Right next to tacos,
Yeah.
right next to the beach.
in OB.
About
These
killed
are
you
all
in Dane that day.
California.
Oh yeah.
Those are in California. Let's see, non-California.
I did. That was a late taco lunch for me.
Yeah.
and then followed
Then
by an
giant
early
burger.
Hodad's burger.
And I about killed you with a jalapeno.
Yeah,
And we about killed Dane with a strawberry shake.
and then Scooters.
And then scooters.
Um,
If you see our video of like the Friends theme video on our website, and like they're just cruising around in like their open furling Hawaiian shirts on scooters, that's from that same day.
Yeah.
So
Pull that up,
Shout
yeah.
out to Cultura for having us out for that, because that was a great trip and an amazing shoot and a great client.
Yeah. We
other-
always love going there.
we do. Other top food.
Okay.
Dane's Hershey bar, like Hershey, like experience in Times Square is pretty good.
Oh,
You weren't there,
I don't know
but
about
that was pretty
We
solid.
haven't- we
Photo
haven't been to
evidence
New
of
York
that.
together. So, picnic in the rain.
Oh,
in
dude,
San
yes,
Juan.
for sure.
Um,
Probably top 2
yeah,
moments.
yeah.
Just, yeah, right.
because we were kind of stuck on the island. This had been, I mean, we flew there that morning, then drove a couple hours up.
Well, let's take the
Yeah,
whole story.
I
Like
mean,
the whole story
please,
is
this is great.
the intern didn't put stuff away properly. It fell down in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah,
But he didn't put the paper rolls away properly. And so they fell down and tripped the brake sensor, like glass brake sensors on the alarm at like 1:00 in the morning. And we were supposed to be at the office at 3 to fly to Seattle. So I get a call from Zealand police at like 1:15 in the morning. And they're like, hey, someone broke into your office. And I was like, oh God. So like, there's no way. I had to drive to the office. Forgot my key to the office.
right.
Had to drive home, drive back to the office. The police were there. They did their whole like walk around with their guns out kind of thing. And there's nobody in the office. And it was like 2:45 and I had to be there at 3:30. So I just like laid down in my office on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
waited for you to get here. And then we flew to Seattle. Did we shoot that day? I don't know if
We did
shot.
not shoot that day.
Right. So
Yeah.
we flew to Seattle. We're like, well, might as well go to San Juan Islands. So we got there, hit the weird McDonald's where they doubled my order.
Yeah, you got like 4 cheeseburgers.
Yeah, And then we drove up, got on the ferry, went to we went to Orcas.
Orcas. Yeah.
Orcas Island, hung out at Orcas Island all day. There was no food because there was 1,000 people just out of the woodwork all of a sudden.
Yeah, there was a festival.
Yeah,
a
some
music festival.
EDM
that day.
festival
Yeah.
there. And
So
so they
they
just
came
came
out
out
of
of
the
nowhere.
woodwork.
And so there was no restaurants because there's only like 2 on Orcas. And so you and I had to go and like go to the grocery
Little
store.
Grocery
And
store.
a little charcuterie plate
Yep.
we had to make
Yep.
on that picnic table as it's pouring under a pine tree. It's like the most like we've been up for 28
Yeah.
hours at that point. You know, we've been
Yeah.
up for a long time because it's like 3 hours difference from Eastern time.
Yep.
And we've been up for a long time. So yeah, and then we had our little charcuterie,
Lunch meat, cheese, and beers.
some beers, and then those random people come to talk to us about film sets.
Yes. Yes.
Mayonnaise commercial or what?
No, they're just filmmakers.
Yeah. He just.
But the line though I'll never forget from him was, "Oh, commercial work is so easy."
Yeah.
And we're like,
we have a
but
lot of creative.
we have a lot of
control.
great, and we're just like, you've clearly never worked, So it was just funny. So there we are underneath the pine tree, like eating our charcuterie in the rain.
Yes. At like 10 o'clock Pacific time.
10
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then the weirdest part about the whole trip
Oh, man.
was like we were trying to get on the 6 or 7 ferry. They wouldn't let us on because it was full. So we had to wait till like the 10, 11 ferry.
Yep.
And we like pulled into the ferry parking lot, and there's nobody in the ferry parking lot. And so we both just kind of lay back and we're like in the rental, and we're just like, we're gonna take a 15, 20-minute nap, check on the ferry. And then by the time we get back up, there's a dance party.
I woke up to Bloodhound Gang
Right.
being blasted in my face by a bunch of hippies that came out of the woods.
Yeah. And they're like dancing in the front out in the parking lot. And we're like, what is going on?
I thought I was having a fever dream.
Yeah. So then we drove back and then barely just on the last fuel that we had, drove back and hit the hotel, and then woke up the next morning and rocked out a really great shoot.
There's definitely a correlation that like when you have the good food, then you enhance the memories
Right, for
of
sure.
it. So,
But we've had some pretty like good food too.
Oh, yeah.
and bad food.
Oh, that I don't want to trash anything. This is like a
Yeah,
bad Yelp
yeah.
review. There was this restaurant we went to in South Bend.
Yeah.
And the food was a little suspect.
Buffet, and it just wasn't quite
It wasn't good.
right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little, we're like, But the experience, like with all the Bollywood music and like the
Yes.
music videos and like the whole family around, that was fun. But the food was not good.
You have
That's exactly where my mind went
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
any other disgusting or just bad visits with food on the road?
We had a lot of weird pizza. We've had a lot of weird pizzas.
Weird pizza. Oh, okay.
Like-
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No, like the mayonnaise swirl on pizzas.
Really? You remember when we were in Texas and everything I ordered had an
Had
egg
egg?
on it?
Excellent.
Oh, no.
Ba-dum-ba. Yeah, that was strange. It was like a whole run of like 6 meals that everything you ordered
I
had
was
some sort of egg.
I wasn't even trying to do it. But I'd be like, oh, that hot dog looks really good. And then it'd be like, it has a quail egg on it. And I'd be like, yeah,
okay.
sure. And then I'd like order a burger and then be like reading the ingredients and then be like, okay,
An
that
egg.
sounds really good. And then be like, egg. And it's like, sure.
Right.
I don't know
I
what
would have
that
walked
is
out of that door
about.
probably.
That one, to be honest, that bar that we first went to,
Oh, where they shot Walker, Texas Ranger?
yeah, the elephant.
Yeah,
the
white elephant. Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
The food was not good.
it was a cool place.
Liz got a hot
kinda,
dog,
but-
and I don't think she ate it.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna look
yeah,
at it.
like these weird onion rings.
It was
in the hot
It
dog
was a
with the egg.
strange. It was a strange spot. But they shot Walker, Texas Ranger there, so
It's adding to the experience.
yes. I'm trying to think of other bad food. I mean, we've had a lot of bad hotel food.
Yeah,
Like we can
That's-
tell you
yeah.
what
It's-
not to get at a hotel.
So would your advice be to anybody traveling for work to just explore then and rather just don't even bother with the hotel food?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rather have a bad meal and a good memory of somewhere I went,
Right.
than just staying at the hotel.
Well, and a lot of times, like the hotel food is like hotel restaurant food can be really good
Mhm.
or it can be really bad. There's no middle, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
The buffet stuff can be just not great. Like the one place for Nashville, the breakfast buffet, you just walked by it and you're just like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to McDonald's or Starbucks because I'll always go to Starbucks. But
Kevin.
Yes.
Do you have a guilty pleasure food that you find yourself frequently going to on your road trips? Road trips or planes? I have one in mind for you.
what do
But-
you have though? I know yours. I think I know yours.
Mine's anything that has chicken nuggets and
Yeah, right,
fries.
seriously.
the thing is, I know what you're talking about. Maybe.
Maybe
Well,
Big Shack.
yeah. So that is on my list every time. So the first time I had Shake Shack was not with work. It was I went to Maine with a buddy,
Nice.
and I had always been interested in the whole debate of Shake Shack versus In-N-Out.
Mm.
And so I had In-N-Out, and I've had it a couple times, and it's fun. I like it, but
Can't.
me and my friend were driving through Connecticut near Hartford, where we have been.
There's a story there too.
Yeah, and I had my first Shake Shack, and I actually have it on video. I think that was my hands down my favorite burger. which is weird. And I never thought I'd say that. And I've had it a couple times. Hands down better than In-N-Out for sure, I think. But half the time we fly through
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. And so I've been like, had, very limited time between gates. And I will run to
Yeah, you went
Shake
from like
Shack.
A to T just for Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you know where it is in?
Is
it
I think
A?
it's A or B.
It's A or B.
Yeah.
But he's literally like taken like
I've
gone down the
run-
stairs,
I've
hit
run,
the tram,
waited, yeah.
go to Shake Shack, come back,
just
and they're closing
love
the
it.
door.
We had it when we went to Sante Fe. That was my first experience.
Oh yeah,
ever.
yeah, that's right. Because
When
we went to Atlanta.
We went to Atlanta. That was
That's
my
when-
first experience.
I made you get it, I
with
think,
Shake
right?
Shack. Yeah,
I made
it was great.
Ethan get it too in Chicago area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when we had John Locke join us on the airplane
I missed him.
into Santa
I
Fe.
know.
Yeah,
I missed
Terry
him.
O'Quinn.
Oh, that's where we got chased out by the tornado.
Yep.
By the storm.
Yeah, we were like taking off as the storm was hitting.
Yeah, we
Atlanta.
were like the last ones out.
Yep.
I
That was
remember
fun.
that part.
Santa Fe is great.
Santa Fe's fun. Yeah,
Your guilty pleasure?
anything chocolate.
Gelato.
Gelato.
We were
we
recently
had so
in-
much gelato.
That was at
El
Dallas.
Paso. So we were Richardson, El Paso area.
Yeah, that's right. And
we hit the
got
downtown like
gelato
6
every
times.
night.
Yeah. We were like, one night we went to the pizza place or barbecue. Then we got gelato. Then we went to the pizza place and then got gelato. And then we went to that
Yes, the
German
pub thing.
What was that?
What was that?
That was German, Austrian, whatever. They had the goulash. that
Liberty
like-
was there too.
Yeah.
What
and
was
then
it, Liberty?
Austrian.
Was
That's
it? Oh,
Austrian.
okay.
Yeah, it was Austrian.
All right.
That was good. That goulash.
You
was
had goulash,
Yeah.
and then we all had.
Stein.
Yeah, you had a
and
big old
schnitzels.
beer.
And
Pretzels.
schnitzels. Yeah.
That's what it was. We all got schnitzels.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was also way too expensive.
Yeah, it was a lot, but whatever.
It's
Um,
worth it.
We'll spend money on food
Absolutely.
for sure.
What snacks would you recommend for people that take long car rides for road
Dude,
trips?
I'm not. Like,
You're
that's
not a
the thing
snack
is, I'm
person?
not a snacker. I've driven to Texas without stopping or eating.
That's
I'm just
Inhuman.
I just want to keep going.
that's not
I know,
healthy.
and like
or
I
safe.
literally, I literally did that, and I
Don't do
This
that
is
with,
what I-
when you're driving a company car.
no, I don't. Well, no, I
Just-
did that other
We're
way.
not, we're not gonna regard the Denver trip.
Disclaimer:
Way back
don't
from
crash your blood
we
sugar
went,
while
we
driving.
went real hard from Denver.
yeah, you
real
guys
hard.
beat the flight team.
Yeah, we it was like a 17 and a half hour drive if you put it into Google, and we did it in 18, and the van can't go faster than 75.
Yeah.
So we just didn't stop,
It's nuts.
which is yeah, I think probably yeah.
Oh.
I think I had a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in the van all week.
Oh god, that's disgusting.
Man, I could just do that all the time.
Hey, but speaking of travel, I have
Yeah.
2 more that we forgot about.
Yeah.
Mama's Mustard in Louisville.
Mama's Mustard. That's one of the first places.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
That was Nashville.
Yep.
We're headed back there this year or next year. So
Mhm.
we'll hit Mama's Mustard.
Mama's Mustard
What is that?
barbecue.
barbecue.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they make this thing called for dessert called the pregnato, and it's like homemade vanilla ice cream,
Really good.
with like
Homemade
local
honey.
honey, and then
Fried pickles.
fried pickle chips. And it sounds terrible.
It's so good.
It's so good.
But like you first of all get their ribs, and their ribs are
Oh,
they're like that long and like that thick, and they're like the charred ends, and they're just I mean they're huge.
Speaking my language.
They're
we,
so good.
We designed the trip back
Right.
to hit there by
right.
lunch.
We left early, so we would be there right as they open, so we
Yep.
get the fresh smoked stuff.
What was the other one?
The pecan lodge in Deep Ellum or Connecticut lobster roll.
What was the?
Deep Ellum, the one just outside of Dallas. They have
Oh,
the big-
I got the wrong.
Oh, you got the wrong.
thing.
That's right.
But that was the best soda that I ever had.
Oh yeah,
Some
soda's
like blueberry
good.
soda.
Oh, they're so solid.
I got fried chicken. I
Yeah,
shouldn't have
yeah.
gotten fried chicken.
No.
Liberty's like, yeah, I shouldn't have gotten fried chicken either.
Right, you guys got the same thing.
Because Dane's meal looked a lot better.
Yeah, Dane.
I don't remember what you got. You got
Dane.
turkey and probably some beef. Yeah, you got everything. I got
solid.
fried chicken. Really screwed it up.
Yeah, no, you did. And like Dane, Eric, and I, R.I.P. Eric for lethally working here.
He's not
No,
dead.
he's not dead. He's dead to us. No,
He's fully alive.
he's fully alive. But Dane, Eric, and I flew in early for Summit, and we went there for lunch, and we got this tray thing called the the trough.
Oh,
And
okay.
Eric eats fast,
Yeah.
but I've never seen anyone eat this fast.
I've never seen
I've
Eric
never
eat
seen
anything
Eric
but a banana.
Yeah. He just had
But-
like a pile of peanuts and a banana
Right.
next to his
But,
desk all
like,
the time.
It was like $80, and it's like a trough, and it's supposed to feed Texas people, 4 people. And Dana and I are like, I'll take a little bit of brisket and a little bit of that, and it's like a whole bunch of things. When we're eating away, and then Dana and I look up and kind of look at each other and look at the trough and look at Eric, and we're like, where did it all go?
My man.
He just like cleared it out, and we're like, whoa.
I even screwed up my sides there.
Yeah, well, that's your fault.
We just got to go back.
We do. I will be back in Dallas sometime this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Dallas at least twice a year.
Because that's where Guy Fieri was.
Oh, that's
so
right.
shout out to Guy.
Hey, there you go.
You should watch this.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yeah.
Road snacks. I know I have one in
So
mind
I have
for you.
the one that you can never eat when you're driving with me.
Okay.
I will take your snack and toss it out the window.
Which is
Chili Fritos.
Oh, those are great.
I don't care if you eat them outside. You cannot eat them in a car ride. Period.
What's
End of thing.
What's the story behind
My
that?
mom used to do it. It's made the car smell terrible. I hated it. It was awful. Like family rule. No chili Fritos in the car. Period. I'm a big Chex Mix or Gargettos. That's a whole other conversation. How do you say it? And do you eat the little rye chips or not? Love the rye
How
chips.
do you eat them?
Right. But those are fine. Normal Fritos are like fringe, maybe okay, but chili Fritos, absolutely not. But for me, my go-to like road, either car or airplane, is Aloha bars.
I thought you were going to say Kool-Aid Jammers.
I thought he was going to say Starbucks.
Well, anything green tea. Yeah, Starbucks green tea for sure, but that's just in my veins. I need to feel that every morning to move forward in my life.
That and Starbucks egg bites.
Egg white bites.
I haven't had egg white bites in like 3 months.
What?
Yeah.
Are they out?
No, I too much of them, and I was like, I'm gonna back off on those, and I haven't gotten back on that train.
Interesting.
But we also haven't traveled, and I like them for travel because you can
Mhm.
eat them in one hand and you can move quickly and
Yeah.
in and out. Lately, it's been cereal at home and then Starbucks on the way in. But my wife also makes a really great overnight oatmeal, so I've been
Very-
crushing that.
Very nice.
So
Speaking of traveling this year, where are the places you guys need to stop this year with the projected flights?
well, we'll be in San Diego.
That we
So
know.
Hodad's, tacos.
So you're going to go back to these places
Oh, for
and
sure.
explore, or just go back to these?
Well, we went for a meeting in San Diego for like 12 hours, and Sue and I hit both of them.
if it's on the list, if it's on like our list,
Yeah.
then we'll do that.
Yep.
Yeah, because like that burger place in Denver,
Yeah.
like we went there a couple times.
Yep, we did.
You've been there like every time, but
Yeah.
then we'll also like do other stuff.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
New stuff.
Yep.
You know?
That the other place in Denver we went to, what was it? That's you guys weren't there. It's a cool little bar that they had really, really good food.
was this the one you went with Sue? and
Yeah, I was
Greg?
doing Greg. Yeah,
What about that haunted bar in Seattle?
that whiskey bar was amazing.
Yeah, the whiskey bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't remember what I ate though.
Uh,
I just remember it was
I think it
cool.
was bar
It was
food.
right like by Pike Place.
but they had like a 42 McLaren that was like
Yeah.
$1,500 a bottle. It was like $45 for its taste.
Yum.
So, final thing we're going to slightly touch on. For those people that are not from this area, the greater Grand Rapids
Okay.
area, where are the go-to food spots in this area? Maybe even Zealand. Are there
Mm.
go-to spots, or are they
Shout out to Streets.
street tacos?
Go-to food in GR like Sanchez if you like tapas for sure.
That's still
Yeah.
Is Sanchez still Sanchez?
I know they have Rome. Rome is really good too, but that's across from DeVos
Mhm.
place. It's really good. It's a great like quick evening bar, get ready to go out kind of thing. If you're gonna go to the ballet or whatever, solid there.
You gotta check out Founders. I still think that
I've never had their food.
their
there.
sandwiches are really
Really?
good. Yeah, it's
Can agree
it's
to
an
that
experience. Like if you're a beer person, Founders is changed a lot, but like,
Right.
I think it's still worth checking out.
Trying to go to like GR food, Tupelo Honey.
I say
We take
greater.
clients there a lot. Like Tupelo Honey is my go-to. Hey, do you have to have lunch downtown? Let's go Tupelo Honey. Their biscuits are so good. Lakeshore, the newsstands tacos in GH is pretty good.
I didn't think they would see the light of day, but I'm
They were
glad to
closed
hear.
and they were open, then they were closed and they were open. But we've gone there a couple times. It's been really good.
I mean, what I'm usually into, especially if I go on a road trip, like if you're in a new state or something, like you got to look up the regional food.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
The
like
McDonald's, the Burger
No.
King.
no, like you go to Rochester, New York, you get a garbage plate.
Yeah.
You know, Michigan,
New York City.
over near Detroit, they're big on like conies.
Yeah, and they're
You know,
big
and then
pizza.
you go up to and they're in the Detroit style pizza's
Yep,
really
yep.
good. Then you go up to like the UP and they're all about pasties.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of pasties, though, there's a place in Eatonville. Is it Eatonville? Cedar Rap. I don't know. Scratch that, whatever. But there's a pasty place. I want to say it's Eatonville, and it's really good. It's like on the way to like Charlotte / like.
Oh, really? In the Lower Peninsula?
No, it's down here. Yeah, it's like Charlotte, just north or outside of Lansing.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's called Annie's.
Yes,
And it's so good.
okay.
Their pies are amazing. But we were there for an Airstream convention in September, and it's this little pasty place. That was random, but really, really good. Like every time I drive through, it's like, oh, stopping there for lunch.
Remember, Triple used to have those.
Yeah, all the Tripper stuff now, their soup's pretty solid.
I remember Kevin used to get those.
Yeah, the pasties at Tripper were always really good. I think
Monday,
you can still
like
get
Mondays
them
or something.
but they're frozen.
Oh, that was good.
I miss
I
those.
like doing that.
Now we're all sad. It's like, oh,
Bring it back,
please
please for us.
bring it back for us. Lakeshore though, 76 is pretty good. It's a little spendy, but it's really good.
Downtown Holland.
Downtown Holland, yeah. That whole little row has got some cool stuff now.
Yeah.
I ran into Sue at what's the little taco place down there? It's by the same owner as 76.
Oh, Paquito?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
I went in there for the first time a couple weeks ago. And
That's good stuff.
as you can tell,
We're very passionate about food.
we love food here at 730 Eddy Studios.
So we all suck it in. Yeah, we do. We love that food.
And we will be sure to keep informing you guys on our travels throughout the year and where we're stopping. So
Should make a map.
maybe the section at the beginning doesn't become what you're watching.
What you're
If
eating.
you just came back from a trip, it's what did you eat?
Oh, we could possibly make a little interactive map.
Where you been? What you eating?
What
Where
you
you
been?
been?
What you eating? What you
Absolutely.
been? Where you been?
But we appreciate you guys stopping in for this episode, and we hope that you guys will continue to listen along with us.
So
And
random.
do you guys have any final closing thoughts on before we close out this episode? Are
I
you
think
guys
the
hungry?
furthest we've ever, I'm starving now, but I think the furthest we've ever driven for food is that like 2-hour sprint for a lobster roll.
Yeah, that needed to get brought up, and it wasn't even like the best lobster.
No, it was a
roll.
terrible lobster roll.
But we drove clear across the state of Connecticut for a lobster roll at
We
like 10 o'clock at
we
night.
put our gear away. We dropped it at the hotel, downloaded cards, and we're like, we should find a lobster roll. And we're like on the wrong side of Connecticut.
We
so
tried
just
to go to
drove
that.
across.
It was called like Kevin's,
Yeah.
and it was real shady looking.
Super shady.
But I wanted it. It probably would have been great food, but we just couldn't do it.
No,
We
we
had
were the
Suburban full
wrong
of
kind
gear.
of people in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So we just kept rolling.
Yep.
We ended
And
up at that like old gas station on like
Yeah.
the inlet side with a lobster roll at
It was
like
right
9
on the
at night
beach. And then we walked around the beach
in the dark
in the dark.
by the moonlight.
Yeah.
I have a really terrible picture.
I have a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
I'm
go.
just putting
I'll
pictures in
drive.
my head right now. I'm like, what
I mean,
kind of
if
trip
you're
was
at all
this?
in New England, you just have to drive to get a lobster roll.
Right. Yeah.
That's just that's like my one rule.
Yeah. We actually ate at old gas stations that entire trip because that Mediterranean place we ate when we landed was an old gas station.
That was really
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good food. The owners there were hilarious.
Yeah.
They just kept throwing food at
They
us.
just kept eating.
Right. And then that was a gas station. And then we went out with a client afterwards at like a taco shop that was also a gas station.
Takeaways just
We eat at gas stations.
Go to a gas station.
Right. Like a lot of our food is actually from like in or around gas stations, but it's like gas station plus because it's like really good food just in old convenience. I'll call them convenience stores.
Yeah.
Although it could be gastronomy. Get it? Sorry. And with that, we're done.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on this episode. I'm sure we'll see you
Thank
guys
you.
shortly on
Yeah,
the
fun.
next episode. But yeah, we thank you very much for joining us. And
Yeah,
now
thank
the
you.
last thing to say is to get off my porch.
Get off his porch.
Seriously.
We'll see you next.
Bye.
Wow.